Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Bo. I wanted to go over real quick 5 tools you could get or things for your woodworker in your life. So some of you guys with the quarantine fun times have decided to take up woodworking. It is fun, exciting, and wow, that's like 35 boxes I'm building right now. Maybe at some point I'll do a video on how I build my deck boxes, but we will find out. Anyway, if you want me to do that, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so let's get into it. First one, this will be an easy one right here. A fast cap tool tape measure. Now these are awesome. This is a left-right model. And what I mean by left and right is, if you look on the side of the tape, it is measured on one side and the other. So the important thing for that is, when you're measuring wood, you never know if you're going to grab your tape and be marking on the left or the right, because most of the other tapes that you have only are on one side. So it can be a pain in the butt. So if you grab the wood from this side or the other side, you could still mark it. It's pretty dope. Those are like maybe $12 or $13. Very reasonable, get one. For a woodworker, I recommend the 16-foot model because you're never going to go over, honestly, like 10 feet most of the time. Next one, another one from FastCap, the GlueBot. This thing's about $8 and it is amazing. So why is this thing so good? Well, the center of gravity, you hold it right here in these little balls, and when you press the glue, it goes up that tube, see it going up the tube, and into these nice little tips. So that way you could spread glue like a boss and then put it back. The weight is below your fingers, so that way you can get a lot more finesse on where you're gluing, because your alternative is something like this, which just is very hard to control. It poops glue. That's no good. And those are like $8-9. The best thing you can get some. That's number 2. Number 3. This one's a little more spendy, but a gripper. Now these ones are push blocks. Okay, but you see the bottom? You see how you can move the face of this thing? So if you needed to, you can get real close or get real far. As you can tell, I've ran this thing through the table saw a couple times, but the best part is if you run it through the table saw a couple times, you can replace all the parts. So if you ran that middle part or the end part, you can just buy another one for under $10 a piece. And these are awesome because what it does is allows you to change the elevation. So see that side? You can make it so if you're pushing a 1-inch piece of wood, you are pushing flat. Because the really scary one is stuff like these little, do you see some things happening on the tip of that thing to make it a little scary? So if you can get your person out of these and into one of these, you would be a big fan in their life. The next thing you can get, which is super easy, if you want, clamps. Any clamps. Any clamps. Woodworkers use any clamps. So from these ones, these are these little Bessie clamps you can get. You can get a 4-pack of these for like $20 at Home Depot. Gets 2 of these and 2 of these. As you can see, I've bought a number of these, but I mean, I use these for doing my deck boxes. Deck boxes, you mean like these? Yes, like those. And they are amazing. Granted, these are just bar clamps, and the king would be parallel clamps. Parallel clamps are like, I got them down there, but they're like 40 inches long. I don't use them very often, but they were really cheap when I found them. So these are really awesome, good things. Even these old school ones. The nice part about these old school clamps is that if you have anything vibrating, so if you're trying to hold something to a machine like a drill press or whatever else, these will not come out. So they're not going to vibrate off, which is really nice. And I got to tell you, sometimes having that extra throat, you see how long that is from the screw to the tip? That makes a huge difference sometimes because you need to reach in and grab something. And these are really good. Don't discount these. You can usually find these at flea markets or at thrift stores or even like those tchotchke places, really cheap. Offer the guys almost nothing for them and they'll take it. It's really great. And then the last thing, you almost cannot screw up on this one if you wanted to. The number 5 thing you can get a woodworker, wood. Right? Some cedar, old pine planks, pieces of poplar, whatever. I mean, this stuff is great. And if you don't have a clue what you're getting and you don't want to take a guess, then, ask and inquire where the local lumber yard your woodworker goes to. And if they don't know because they've never gone to a lumber yard yet, look up places that do hardwood, slabs, those kind of things. And worst case, you can always go like Woodcraft or Rockler. Or better one is you put an envelope with $100 in it and say, here you go, buy some wood, and here's a project I need. Make sure to always include a project with your gift. See, that's the fun part about woodworking. Every dollar you spend means you get projects. That's correct. So if you need that new tchotchke cabinet or some kind of drawer organizer, here's $50 and I need a drawer organizer. Would you please make that for me? And the answer would probably be yes, of course. I would love to make that for you because I love you. Or I just want you out of my life. I don't know, one of those two. But you really can't go wrong. Like sheet goods, of plywood, Baltic birch plywood is really awesome. But again, I think the better move there is just envelope. Here's money, go buy wood and have fun. So if that was useful for you guys, let me know in the comments below. I would love to also understand, what are you guys' interest in woodworking stuff on the channel? And at some point, I probably will do a video about me building these deck boxes. I've been building these for 5-6 years now, up here, right? That's where all my finished products are. And I've just never really done a how-to on how to actually build them. And I'm not too worried about people like going out and building their own because you're not gonna. And if you do, you're not really gonna compete with me anyway. So let me know in the comments below. But anyways, like and subscribe, you guys. And thank you very much. See ya!